Hello there, everyone. Welcome back. This is Hans from Reindeer Ranch. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit of inside information about this video, because it's actually it's comical yet depressing at the same time, and so I think it's time that I share this comical depression with you. This is actually not take 1 of episode 4. This is take 5. Okay, takes 1 and 2. Audio issues. Audio was too loud, and you couldn't really hear my voice in the way that we want you to be able to. Okay? Take 3. It's a little bit better. Went okay. Take 4, well, it went great. Take 4 was amazing. Take 4 just happened literally minutes ago. I was happy with the product. I was happy with the volume levels. I was ready to ship it off for editing. Unfortunately, as fate would have it, since everything else went extremely smooth, as you saw there, I was wondering if things were about to not go smooth thanks to Mr. Eli. However, since things went so smoothly, I went over to the studio and I realized I did not actually hit the record button. So here we are, take 5, episode 4, Reindeer Ranch. Hans here with you on Seneca. Not on our home field though. What other field, you say, Hans? Well, quite simply, we are leasing 2 fields, totaling 65 acres. We did get in touch with those real estate agents that we spoke about at the end of last episode. One of the 2 plots was available. One had went back to FSN government, unfortunately, so it was no longer available. But we made a decent deal. They're willing to work with us. We're locked in for 3 years, and we were able to swing it so that we can pay yearly after harvest for each year. So that gives us the opportunity to do this and be able to financially swing it. Now, with that said, did we bite off more than we can chew? I don't know, but we're going to be doing a lot of chomping over the next couple of days. Last night, during take 1 of episode 4, I actually had drove down here and started plowing the other field, which is either 65 or 66, and we're either on 65 or 66 now. And so I've been working on the second field today in the daylight, thankfully. And the game plan is to get these all plowed, and then once that's done, we can look at seeding options, which I'm thinking, I just had an epiphany during take 4, that maybe, I had a lease voucher that I picked up real cheap, like $5,000, but maybe the best option isn't to lease the seeder, because we can only lease something up to 100K in value, and both of the seeders I would probably be interested in are over 100K. So I was thinking maybe we'll lease like the weeder or other little things that we need for the next year or 2 to save on those purchases of $40,000 or $50,000, and then we'll put that $40,000-$50,000 in with another $40,000 or $50,000 that I'm going to have to come up with somewhere. Because remember, the rule is I can't bring in any money. The only money I'm bringing in for the farm is money this farm generates. So once it's gone, it's gone. If we have a bad harvest, I'm in real trouble. I may make some exception if it's to save from bankruptcy, but other than that, money I make contracting and everything like that, that's just going into a savings account. That's like a rainy day emergency fund. The farm has to stand on its own 2 feet with its own crops and its own labor, and so that's the goal here. That's the aim of things, and so unless it's an absolute save us from bankruptcy, we will not be bringing money in unless we sell crops, on the website and then we transfer it back in. That's valid. Other than that, we won't though. So that's kind of the rough plan. Now, with that said, I'm probably not going to make you sit here and watch the next hour to hour and a half of plowing here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to cut out of here and do some edit magic, and then we'll probably be plopping down on another server somewhere in FSN, doing a couple of contracts, maybe some customs or something like that, to both generate a little bit of rainy day income, as well as give you guys a little bit of variety here, so you're not seeing just me plowing on Seneca. And then I, in the meantime, will be plowing through this, so that next episode we can talk about our seeding situation and hopefully get this puppy seeded, which we absolutely have to do before winter falls in 2 days. So we have about 24 hours, maybe 36, to knock this puppy out. So we're going to be hard at it, chomping. So stay tuned. I'm going to send you over to the editor now, and we will see you somewhere else in the 150 server world of FSM. See ya in a minute. Okay guys, and now we are over on the website, so let's take a look and see that contract so we can get that completed real quick. Okay, and here's that contract. As you can see, we exported 332,000 liters of soy. So we'll go ahead and complete that, and then we'll get paid. Hey everyone, welcome back here. We did a little editing magic, and now we've popped over from Seneca over to Flint Hills server 138, where we are doing a contract for Dead LLC. Not sure what's up with the name. We'll have to ask the owner next time we see him. Either way, he had left a contract up saying he needed someone to come help harvest his crops. We got 2 fields to do. They're pretty sizable, but we've got this gargantuan harvester here, as you can see. So I'm thinking we can knock it out in a decent chunk of time. Hopefully it won't be too bad. So we're gonna plug away here, flop on over, and get some of this done, make a little money, and continue on with our journey. So come along for the ride here. Oh, rookie mistakes, guys. These are the life lessons you learn as an OG who does not believe in GPS. But we want to do a nice job for the farmers, so he did have all this equipment already out in the field. It looks like maybe he had started it himself and then ran out of time. So hopefully we'll give him a nice surprise when he comes back, and then we'll have some of it done for him. So in other news, we might be able to afford this harvester sometime in the next century at our current rate of income. Okay, I'm just going to go drop this load off real quick. Just to get it dropped off here. Oh, yeah, we might have to dump this in the auger. I don't know. Such a wide header. We're going to have to drop this in the auger and let it overload here. There we go. Just like that. Like a glove. Like a glove. And I'm going to briefly pause this real quick while I mute my Discord noises, because I happen to be in a hang with Hans at the same time here, kind of dual rolling. So we're doing a little recording and a little hanging out with my farming family. Okay, there. Now we can continue without the dings, dongs, and other chimes that Discord wants to send our way. So the slow mull of harvest carries on. I wonder what time it is on the server here. 1600. We got a couple hours of daylight left here. I guess we're gonna make the most of it. Starting to get a wee bit close to need to get it in time though, being autumn too, so hopefully, I don't know, hopefully we can knock out a good chunk of this for him today. We'll see. We'll see how long we've got staying power for. So I was doing my follow-up research between episodes, and I found out that we're actually going to need to wait 3 years technically to be certified organic with our plan of operations. And I double checked on everything, and we definitely cannot do lime either, unfortunately. There are some special like waivers and exceptions that you can do. However, I don't think we're going to be able to swing any of those. So we are going to have to be working without lime and without fertilizer and without herbicides. So needless to say, we're going to have our hands full of quote-unquote fun making a profit our first couple years until we can get some slurry and oil seed and things like that going. But as always, we will make it work, as we must. These contracts here will provide a nice rainy day fund should everything go to heck in a handbasket. The plan is not to take any money from the website and put it into game, if at all possible, other than what we get from crop sales. So we are going to try to make our farm stand completely on its own. So we'll see how that operation goes and if we're able to accomplish that goal, which is quite hefty. We went from a 40-acre plot up to about 100 acres to work, so it's definitely going to be an interesting time. Alright, plugging away. Gonna be a long journey this evening, I have a feeling, so it probably won't make you guys take the ride for the whole thing. The one other thing that is going to be coming up that I'm pretty excited about, and I just announced it today to the community, is I will be starting an On the Farm with Hans series that'll go in tandem with the Reindeer Ranch series. I'm expecting, I would like to see both of these series come out at least once a week, but schedule may dictate we might have to flex from that a little bit. But On the Farm with Hans will be me visiting various farms throughout FSN, talking to them about how they came into FSN, what their journey was like, what they did, what they're doing now, what do they do in-game, what do they do in the meta, just kind of seeing all the different little stories and different walks of life that people come from. We have such a diverse group of people here in FSN, and it's an absolute joy to have them all. So it's going to be a lot of fun to get around all these 150 maps and see what people are up to, see what's making people tick, see what they're enjoying here in FSN, and hear a little bit about their journey. So be sure to look for that coming soon as well. right, and with that pass, we're going to go ahead and leave you folks here. We're going to do some checking in on the website, though, and want to give you guys kind of a peek of what's going on outside of the game, how Reindeer Ranch is faring, or not faring, as it were, in the meta side of FSN. So stay tuned for the next little bit of editing magic as we take you over to that visual. Okay, so here on our property in Larissa, we had 1 acre. We did pay to prospect it. It's 10,000 an acre in prospecting costs. It's going to be prospecting for another 2 hours roughly, and then we're going to find out what's here. Could be something great, could be something not great. But nothing ventured, nothing gained, right, guys? So my plan is we're gonna just keep an eye on that, and hopefully something good comes out of it. Now let's check in on our truck drivers. And as you can see, we've got them both on the road. One is heading to San Antonio still. He'll be arriving tomorrow at around 1 p.m. And then we have our other driver who is en route to Voronezh. Voronezh? I do not know how to pronounce that. So he's heading to Verone from Nizhny. So he's got what do we get, about 6 hours left? About 6 hours left in his journey. And so we'll probably be sending this one in Russia back out in the morning when I get up, and then around lunchtime tomorrow sending truck 2 back out. So they will be plugging away. Our current financial situation is 34,000 in the web, just under 30,000 in the meta. We did take here, I'll just show you our ledger. That'll be easier. So this is our activity. Our login rewards. This was a funds transfer, which I spent that $2,000 on roulette, and I lost terribly. We came out with nothing. Okay, just so you know, we came out with nothing. We then did some contracts. This $79,000 contract was actually a mistake on the hourly, and so I actually did, as you can see here, I returned all of that except 1 hour's worth so that it was proper. We picked up our CDL so that we could legally do semi-contracts. And then we did quite a bit more contract work today, as you can see. This was that longer contract, the 14,000. It was about 3 hours of work we did for C5 farms. We did get a prize box for our daily login today, and we managed to get 10,000 out of that, so that was a very nice pickup. These are our player market purchases where we've got the lease voucher and the 4 horse vouchers that I spoke to you about. And then we have these last 2 contracts that I just did. The first one was a bail contract, and I figured since I was there I would see if there was any other contracts for the server, and indeed there was one other export contract, so that was the one that you got the visual of. And so that's what got us to our current $35,000 balance. Let's see, beyond that, do we have anything else going on? Oh, we do have a couple of things. So we do have our broker agreement to agree to, which we're going to go ahead and accept that now since we've got it up on screen. So we go to My Business, and then we head to Crop Sales. And at the bottom of Crop Sales is where you'll see any commodity broker agreements. So one thing I had to make a note of to fix here is that it does not show the amount per, but your commodity broker will speak to you about it, I'm sure, if you do go through one, and I will be changing that so it shows here. But basically, we need to deliver at least 25,000 liters and no more than 225,000 liters, okay? I may be speaking with him, though, about a possible second contract because this contract was made pre the new 60-acre lease. So we may be speaking to him again. We'll have to see. But our rate was $700 per 1,000 liters is the agreed upon rate. And we have to have it delivered by the end of year 57. And if we don't have that minimum 25,000 delivered, we can get a $50,000 penalty. So we definitely want to make sure we at least get this man 25,000 liters of oats because listen, he doesn't play. Okay. So we're going to accept this agreement. Okay, and now we are locked in for this. And then basically, when we have a load of stuff at customs, we will contact him through DM. He will set up the export, and then he will credit our account properly. Now, the other thing is that lease agreement. I did accept that earlier because I wanted to get started on it right away. But you can see right here with Vex Enterprises, it's a land agreement. The details are here, and it basically just states that I have this land. It is a 3-year agreement to start with, and so we're kind of locked in. And at the end of 3 years, we'll see how we feel about renewing it. I think as long as everything goes good, it was a pretty decent rate. He was happy. I was happy enough to be getting land, and he worked with me on allowing me to pay after harvest. So I would like to continue that if we could. So we'll be looking for that in the future. Permits. We did pick up our CDL. Oh, that's building permits. Silly me. So as you can see, we did pick up our CDL permit. It is valid until the end of the month, so we probably will extend this at some point in the next few days. And then we don't really need anything else yet. I was thinking about, the different animals and stuff, and I realized all the permit costs involved, and so I decided we'll just wait a little bit, wait for the right time. We've got enough on our hands with 100 acres of crops to do. Other than that, let's look at the meta ledger real quick. Okay, so here's where we're sitting with the meta. This was that 2,000 that we put in, and as you can see here, we lost it all. Okay, just so we're clear, lost it all. And then this is where we've got our loan for 350,000. And what did we do with that? Well, we spent 250 of it on vehicles. So we purchased that used Peterbilt and then the new Volvo. And then from there, as you can see, we this was empty buy. I didn't actually buy anything. That's why it didn't charge us. But here you can see we did buy up some soy, which you saw the other day. I believe. I'm pretty sure you guys saw it. And then we shipped it. Where is it here? Right there. We shipped it for $600. Okay. So we spent about 10,000 on the soy. And we shipped it for 600. So 10,600 invested. And as you can see here, today, that stuff that cost us 10,600, we already got our entire investment back, and I still have another 5,000 liters or so to sell. So we actually are going to make $7,000 to $10,000 of profit on that once we can get the rest of it sold. So it was a great little short shipment. And then I did also place an order, as you see down here, for 24,000. I did place in an order to buy some soy, hoping to pick some up cheap. Has not filled yet, but we'll keep it out there for a few more days before we get worried. And then I did. I tell myself no more than one time a day, and no more than I'm willing to lose. And so I did bet 5,000 on roulette, and I actually won this time. So we actually gained 5,000 there, and then I walked away, of course. Whether you lose once or win, you gotta walk away. You can't sit there because eventually the house will always win. And then we had our first shipment come in, made $1,100 there, and then that was that sale of the soybeans. And then here is the land purchase for the land in Larissa, and then the prospecting cost. So that kind of brings you guys up to speed on what happened in the meta side of things, as well as what's going on with our in-game side of things. I think altogether we're now probably about close to the length of an episode episode. So I think we're going to leave you guys here for today. And maybe next time we will talk about this other tab, which is our financial spreadsheet, as well as let you know what's going on in game. I'm suspecting we will have the other field plowed, and we may be doing planting. Not sure what we're going to plant yet. I'm thinking maybe some more oats and then maybe some canola, but it's still subject to change. So we'll have to see. Be sure to tune in for the next episode of Reindeer Ranch to see where we head and see if we can scathe off bankruptcy. Thanks again for checking in, guys. Always appreciate your presence here. Please give a like, a subscribe, and do leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to know. Happy to hear from you guys. If you haven't yet, please check the description for the link to Farm Simulator Network. It's a wonderful community. Nearly 11,000 farmers across 150 servers. Tons and tons and tons of stuff going on in-game and out-of-game every single day. We would love to have you join us. Tell them that Hans sent you. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.